Welcome to the Network Marketing Made Simple podcast. I am your host, Scott Aaron, and each and every week I'm going to come to you with short, simple, and powerful tactics of how you can grow your network marketing business, brand, bank account, and impact on those around you. And just remember, network marketing is not easy, but it can be made easy with simple steps to create the success that you truly deserve. Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of the podcast Network Marketing Made Simple. So glad that you're joining me today. So in the last few weeks, you've heard me getting more dialed in with LinkedIn now more than ever. And it's not that I haven't done these kinds of episodes before, but there are so many small, specific nuances now of LinkedIn that people are really not taking advantage of or abusing, that it's really starting to hurt the user experience on the platform. And I want to talk about one of those today. Now, before we jump in, if anyone is not yet a part of my free Facebook community called Network Marketing Leads for Life, there is a link in the description of this episode where you can click on it and join. I do a couple private trainings every single week where I go over how to generate leads, and it's all a bunch of other helpful social media tips, LinkedIn, Facebook, but also online marketing based. So click the link in the description and would love to see you in there. So now let's jump in. And as you can see in the title of this week's episode, the adding of a note section on LinkedIn. Now, for some of you that are not familiar with this or are not versed in LinkedIn the way that I have become over the last 6+ years, when you send a connection request to someone on LinkedIn, you have the option of just clicking connect and send. But LinkedIn also gives you the option of doing something called adding a note. Now, there was a study done by a third party that basically studied over thousands of connections sent with a note and thousands of connections sent without a note to see if there really was a big disparity, to see if there was a really big difference in the amount of accepted connection requests, which obviously leads to your network growth, if there was a big difference. What they found was the acceptance rate, whether you added a note or not, was just about the same. Now, why is adding a note important and what should be avoided? Well, the thing is, when you add a note, it allows you to personalize the connection request that you're sending. Now, you should never, ever sell someone or pitch someone for your business, for your product, and for your service if they have not asked for it. This is one of the big mistakes. Adding a note allows you to personalize that connection request. It's not the way of using the adding of a note to try to sell someone. That's not why it's there. It's there to personalize it, to make it more genuine, to make it more authentic, to make it more you. Because when you personalize that message, it allows you to let that person know how you came to connect with them. And I get connection requests all the time on LinkedIn. And I know if you're listening to this, you do as well. And you get all these drunkalog connection requests with notes added. Hey, Scott, my firm does this. My company does that. We can help you. We help you scale this, that, or the other. No, that is not personalizing it. Personalizing the note is letting the person know how you came to connect with them. Were you referred by someone? Did you see them in a YouTube video? Or did you listen to their podcast? Or do you follow them on another social media platform? How did you come to connect with them? That's personalizing it. The other thing you can do is you can state to that person, again, who you were referred by. And this happens to me all the time. I'll get a connection request on LinkedIn, and the person will say, "Hey, Scott, a good friend of mine, Jane or John Doe, I was connecting with them and I was talking about wanting to learn LinkedIn, and they suggested I connect with you. So hoping we can chat sometime soon." The percentage chance of me accepting that connection request is 100%. That's a referral. That could be a potential sale without having to sell, because a trusted connection of mine that was speaking to them referred them to me. You know, you got to go connect with my friend, my coach, my mentor, Scott. Connect with him on LinkedIn. Let him know that I sent you. That's how meaningful connection is made. If you're that person that's listening to this and you are adding notes to your connection requests on LinkedIn and you are just blindly firing these things out, you have the potential and the chance to get kicked off of LinkedIn. You know why? Because when you send those inorganic, inauthentic, disingenuous notes, people are now hitting that ignore button. So people have two options. When they get sent a connection request, they can accept, which means they become a connection, or they can ignore. And if you get too many ignored connection requests, LinkedIn will flag your account. So make sure, if you're going to connect with someone, if you don't know them, just click connect. If you're going to click add a note, you better make sure that you have some sort of connecting point that you can state in that note that lets that person know that there's a personal connection there. And the last thing is, I mentioned this previously, if you're adding a note, mention that you've been following the person for a little while. You know, I've been watching your videos on Facebook. I follow your content on Instagram. I subscribed to your YouTube channel, whatever it is. Even if you weren't referred by any specific person, I have people all the time say, "Hey, Scott, I listen to your podcast. I love it. Would love to connect on LinkedIn. I hear you talking about it all the time." Or, "Scott, just read one of your books. It's awesome. Would love to connect with you here on LinkedIn." You don't have to know the person personally. But if you state a personal connection, a specific reason or anchor or connecting point to why you're connecting with that person, the likelihood of that individual that you are sending the connection request to that is going to accept it goes through the roof. So if you do want to grow a more meaningful network on LinkedIn and you are going to add a note, do not sell or pitch to that person. Don't let them know that they need your services because you don't know if they do. You haven't spoken to them. The best thing that you can do is send them just a connection request without a note, or if you're going to add a note, state some sort of connecting point. I've been following your content on LinkedIn and love it and would love to be connected to you. Even that is better than trying to convince the person that they need to buy your product, your good, or your service. So remember, personalize that note if you're going to send one. It allows you to let that person know how you came to connect with them, whether you were referred by someone, whether you've been following them on another social media platform. It helps. So guys, I hope you found this episode helpful. Remember, we need to make the LinkedIn platform as incredible as it is, and we need to keep it that way. But if we're going to spam people, not just in messaging, but if we're going to spam people now in the adding of a note to a connection, it's only going to lead to bad things. That's a recipe for disaster. It's not going to lead to your business growing. I can guarantee that. Now, if anyone does want to connect with me offline in my private group on Facebook, again, Network Marketing Leads for Life. The link to that group is in there as well. I will also leave a link to my LinkedIn profile if you do want to check out how I have mine set up and how I do things on LinkedIn to give you some prompts or idea of what you can do for yourself. So guys, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Enjoy, and I will talk to you next time. Bye, everybody. Thank you again so much for checking out this week's episode. And if you can, head over to iTunes, search for Network Marketing Made Simple, leave me a 5-star rating, basic review. I would be grateful for all of the support you guys can give me. And again, if you'd be interested in learning more how to utilize LinkedIn to grow your business, your brand, and your bank account, head over to my website, www.scottaaron.net. Fill out the form for your free 15-minute discovery call so I can learn more about you, your business, and how we can work together. And again, thank you guys so much. Grateful for you all, and I'll see you next time.